Welcome, Yogi, to this 10-minute yoga session. We're going to begin today's session standing at the front of our mat in Tadasana, mountain pose. So if you'd like to come up to about the front third of your mat, take a moment simply standing nice and tall. You can let your hands come by your sides, palms turned either to the thighs or slightly forwards. Take a couple or 3 deep breaths in through your nose into your belly, and slowly out. Smooth, steady breath in. And Ujjayi, slow breath out. It's a slight constriction at the back of your throat to slow down your breaths. Just one more of those, please, Yogi. Deep breath into belly and into your chest. And slowly out, relax your shoulders. With the feet rooted to the earth, send your hands forwards and up. Breathe in and reach tall. Looking up a little if you can. Exhale, fold down, hands down to either the floor or perhaps your blocks if you're feeling a little bit stiff, and tighten your legs. Take a couple of deep breaths here, just easing your way down into your leg stretch. Remember to keep your spine nice and long. You don't have to reach for anywhere in particular. There's no forcing in this pose. And lift up to halfway, so hands to thighs. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and lengthen out the back of your neck. Move your blocks if you're using them and step back to a downward facing dog, so both feet to the back of your mat. Hands flat on your mat. Feet about a hip distance and hands either shoulder distance or a little wider. Lift your tailbone up high, relax your neck and look at your feet. Of course, your knees can have a soft bend to them if that helps you to get your back longer. Another deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower your knees down to the floor, into tabletop. Now you could cushion them on a blanket if you like. When you breathe in, look forwards, tailbone and head lift. And when you breathe out, look back, rounding your back. And we'll come into another cat pose, looking forwards, stretching through the front of your body. Round your back, exhale. And one more, please, Yogi, looking forwards. Stretch across the heart, the belly, and then stretch across the upper back and shoulders as you exhale. Come back to neutral, take a deep breath in, and downward facing dog as you exhale. Take an energizing inhale, you can elevate the shoulders, really push the ground away, and as you breathe out, look forwards and walk your way up to your hands. 1, 2, many steps, whatever it takes. Lift up halfway, hands to thighs again. And then head to your forward fold, using your blocks if the ground feels a long way away. Soften into your knees, send your hands forwards and up to the ceiling. Reaching high, maybe back a little. Hands to your heart. And again, forwards and up with your breath in, stretching the thumbs back. And exhale into your forward fold, a bit more fluid this time. Halfway lift, lengthen out. The hands can be as close to the floor as you like, as long as your back gets really long. Step your way back to your downward facing dog again. Elevated shoulder blades, strong structure through your shoulders. And the heels sinking just a little bit. And this time we'll come down to the knees again, back onto the blanket or the floor with your knees, and go side to side. Instead of forwards and back in cat and cow, think sideways cats and cows. So stretching one side of your body and then over to the other side. So this is a bit more of an intuitive movement, just to stretch laterally in your spine. The last one we did was flexion and extension. This time we're targeting a sideways stretch, a waist stretch. Go another time each side, please, Yogi. And And over to the other side. And back to center. Little lift in the belly, firm through your hands. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Soften your knees if you need it. Big breath in. Look forwards and walk to your hands. You can do a big step or many steps like you did on the last round. Lift up halfway at the top of your space. Draw the belly up and tuck your chin slightly. Fold forwards. Send your hands forwards and up, breathing in. And back to your heart while you exhale. Final round here, come on, forwards and up. Lovely full belly breath. Exhale, fold it down. Use your quads a little if you can to help you fold. Halfway lift, extension of your whole spine from tailbone to top of your head. Downward facing dog, please step it back. Relax your face, deep breath in. Feel like you're hiding your heels from yourself. Another full breath. And once again, we're going to lower down to tabletop like we've been doing. And this time, keep your left hand rooted to the floor, fingers spread out, and send your right hand up to the sky for a spinal twist. Looking up towards the right hand if you can. Just one more deep breath. And release your right hand down. We'll take your left hand out and up into this twist for your back now, looking as far up as you can, keeping that right hand rooted down into the ground. And carefully release that down. Take a deep breath in and lift up the hips. Exhale. Back into your downward facing dog. Energize with your breath in. Elevate your shoulders. Exhale, walk up to your hands. Lift up halfway, stretch out. And fold down. Hands forwards and up as you breathe in. And to your heart as you exhale. Separate your feet a little bit if they're together. Clasp your hands behind you and just get a moment of chest stretch here. If your hands don't clasp, you could put them on your hips and squeeze your forearms together. A little bit of heart opener for 3 and 2 and 1. Release this down into a fold. Bend your right knee. You can again have your hands on blocks if you like. Bend your right knee and stretch into the outer part of your leg. So from the knee to the hip, perhaps, is where you might feel sensation here. Another deep breath. And let's switch out the sides. Left knee bends, right leg straightens out. Lovely, yogi. Both legs re-extend. You can move your blocks. Move your right foot to the outer edge of your mat and step your left one all the way back. Now, if you've been using a blanket, it's probably still there. You can lower it down. Just take a couple of breaths here in your lizard pose. And we'll lift the hips back, slide your right foot back, and slide your left foot to the front. We'll let the hips descend again. There's a bit of a stretch through the right hip flexor and left hip also. And then we'll move the left foot back. If you can sit on your feet, make your way into Thunderbolt pose and sit here. If that's too uncomfortable for your hips or your knees or your ankles, take a cross-legged seat, please. I'll tilt our head over to the right. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Switch over to the other side. Deep breath in and out. Head to center. Hands to prayer position. One more deep breath in and out. If you have a few minutes for Shavasana, you could relax now. You could move into another practice, or you could take some time for meditation. So together, one more deep breath in and out. Thank you for joining me, Yogi. Namaste.